Howdy y'all, this is Shane. We're here to check out the Aural Dream Listen Reverb pedal. This is a digital effects pedal. It has 8 different types of reverb on board, and they start from spring, plate, gate, reverse, room, big room, hall, and chapel. Chapel's basically like a church reverb. This pedal features 4 parameters on the front, or 4 pots, to control each of the sounds. You have a tone control on the top, a decay knob, which basically makes the delay last a little longer or shorter depending on how you set it. A mix control, which brings in or takes out your dry signal. So depending on how far clockwise you have it, you'll be getting more wet signal. It also has a pre-delay control as well. So if you want to get an extra hit of reflection before your sound, you use this control. We'll try it with a few different settings on each of them, and we'll take it from there. If you want to find out more about the Listen Reverb pedal, you can go here. All the links will also be in the description below. Let's go. All right, let's kick this off. I'm playing my Little Crow Corvino. This is the modified one with the 2 Telecaster pickups and the mini humbucker as well. So it's a really cool guitar, and it's going into the Fender Blues Deluxe reissue amplifier on the clean channel. The pedal's running through the effects loop as well, and the clean channel's at about 4 on the volume, so it's quite loud. Let's start on the neck pickup with some rhythm stuff. Alright, cool, so that's dry. There's no reverb on the amp on right now, so it's dead dry. As you can see, I've got it set up for spring reverb, but the cool thing is I've turned the pre-delay down, so it's going to sound more amp-like now. Let's give this a shot. Alright, let's go ahead and turn the mix control down, so this will make the effect less prominent. Sounds good. Let's go ahead and crank it up. I'll leave the pre-delay down for the moment. Pre-delay up. I'm going to turn the mix down just a hair. So it's a pretty wet signal as it is. Over to plate delay now. Let's give this one a shot. Alright, let's go ahead and turn the mix up so it's a little wetter. It's probably a little too much, but as you can hear, you can get some crazy tones. Let's go ahead and mix it up a little bit here. Let's turn these guys down. Cool. Back up. So as you can hear now, the effect's more prominent, but it's a really short sort of reverb, as opposed to turning the decay back up as well. So now it lingers a little more. All right, over to gate reverb now. This is quite a large sounding reverb. Turn the pre-delay down. I've just cranked up the tone control. Let's try this. Cool. All right, over to reverse reverb. This is definitely one of the most unique sounding ones on the pedal. Now this particular effect doesn't seem to really matter where I have the controls. I'll just show you what I mean. It's always pulsing, it's always sort of quick. It almost sounds like a tremolo or a vibrato sort of thing. I've turned the mix and the pre-delay down. Yeah, I don't know. That's just how that one sounds. All right, over to room, which should be a bit of fun. Room reverbs are pretty cool. All right. Let's crank up the pre-delay, turn up the mix. Over to the big room setting now, and this one definitely has a bit more space. Turn the pre-delay down, turn the mix up, turn up the tone, turn up everything else. Let's turn the pre-delay right up now. So that just adds like a bounce sort of before the effect actually kicks in. It almost feels a little delayed playing. Alright, over to the hall setting, and I put everything back to 12 o'clock. So as you can hear, that's a pretty big room, obviously, being that it's a hall. Let's turn the pre-delay down, turn the mix up, turn up these guys. I think having the mix down sounds a little nicer for the sound that I like. A little bit of that room or hall reverb in the mix with your guitar sounds really good. You start adding too much of it, you're getting more of that sort of ambient sound that some people do love. mean, that's usable. If I was to put this here, it'd be almost unusable. I would never play with it like that if I was playing live. But that said, some people like that kind of stuff. The last reverb is the Chappell Reverb, or the church reverb. Let's go ahead and give this a shot. As you can hear, it's pretty exaggerated right there. Let's go ahead and turn these guys back down. Just for comparison's sake now, I've turned up the reverb on my amplifier and turned the pedal off. The reverb is set to about 4, so it's a bit higher than I would usually set it, but because there's been such big and huge sounding reverbs, I've cranked the reverb up now to 7, so let's try this out. Thanks for watching. My name's Shane. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions about the pedal or the demo, please let me know and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Let me know what you think of this guy in the comments below. It's not a bad digital pedal and these aren't expensive either, so definitely check them out if you're on a budget and you want to get a couple of different effects in one. You know, if you're into the ambient sounds, you're probably going to absolutely love this. If you're just into spring reverb, this might be a little too much for what you're into, but if your amp reverb doesn't work and you're on a budget, definitely check these guys out because you can get that spring reverb sound. They'll sound a little bit different to the amp reverb, for example, but it's that type of thing. So yeah, please let me know what you think and I'll catch you all soon. See ya.